Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you guys can hear and see everything okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear or see everything okay, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face. All right. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody that's in the building early. All right. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. We appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Like enforcing. Make sure you guys show her some love with the like enforcers. Shout out to Tedra. Good to see you as always. Shout out to my man Marvin Cox. Shout out to Miss Nisi enforcing the spam. Y'all already know. Make sure y'all show Miss Nisi some love. Throw some flames in the chat for Miss Nisi. Shout out to Black Women Stand Up. Good to see you as always. All right. And shout out to my man DC Precise. Now, I had planned on doing this as a video, right? I did the video. And then what ended up happening was I recorded the video and it was muted. Can y'all give me thumbs down and angry faces in the chat for me? I recorded the whole video. I was about to edit it. And then as soon as I put it into the editing software, I'm listening and I'm like, no, I didn't just do this. I did not just do this. Yes, I did. I did just do this. I did just do this. Shout out to Late Not Last. What's good with it, bro? Welcome to the stream. All right. So because I did that and because it's getting close to the time for the stream on the other channel, I'm going to just try to run through this as quickly as possible. I'm just trying to run through this as quickly as possible. Yeah, there you go, Miss Nisi. That's exactly it. Like I was over here having a conniption. Oh my goodness, man. I was over here swearing and talking crazy to myself. And oh my God. It's okay. I'm over it now. I'm over it. I'm better. Yeah, boo this man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I got a drop for myself. Hold on real quick. You know what I'm saying?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Yeah, I deserved it. You know what I'm saying? But this is fascinating, though. So everybody is aware of all of the stuff that's going on with RFK. You know what I'm saying? He has suspended his presidential candidacy, staying on the ballot in some states. All right. I dropped 2 videos about this. If you guys haven't checked out those videos, make sure you guys take a moment, check out those videos. All right. I'm going to be dropping more videos on the channel. Hopefully you guys are liking them. You know what I'm saying? I put a survey out, the only reason I wouldn't be able to do them is, if I get some time constraints, which I just never know when I'm going to have time constraints. So, you know what I'm saying? How many people knew that this was going on? Judge rules RFK Jr. can bring a lawsuit against federal agencies in censorship case. How many people knew that RFK Jr. had a censorship case against several federal agencies? If you guys were aware that was going on, give me a thumbs up. If you guys were not aware that this was going on, give me a thumbs down. Now, why is this important? This is very important because this actually opens up a rabbit hole and substantiates a lot of what people have been saying about social media censorship. Social media censorship and who's behind it. Now, here goes my question. When it comes to topics on social media, my question for you all in the comment section is, what topics, what content do you all feel gets censored the most? Let me know what you guys think, okay? The court finds that there is further risk for future risk injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, the judge wrote. So the interesting thing about this is the only reason why he even got this ruling is because he's a presidential candidate. That's it. If he was just a regular person like you or I, they probably would have just thrown this out. Now, I honestly think that this is more interesting than him dropping out of the race, or him suspending his campaign, I should say. Yeah, everything you guys are saying, absolutely. Everything you guys are saying. Shout out to Tedra. Tedra said, I just watched the video TD Media Group did on CNN cutting his live press conference. I didn't even know that that happened, which that's interesting, right? Shout out to Tedra. I'm going to put, because that will actually go into what I'm talking about here. I didn't even know that had happened. They cut his stream like right in the middle while he was talking. That's wild. Shout out to everybody that's in here. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. So now here says a federal judge on Tuesday ruled that an independent presidential candidate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., can continue to pursue his lawsuit, which alleges a violation of his First Amendment rights against multiple U.S. government agencies. So they're saying that he has, brought enough information to show that he has information to be able to present in court to argue that his First Amendment rights have been violated by federal agencies. Shout out to Cameron. What's good with it, bro? The Supreme Court issued a ruling in June. Okay. How many people were aware of this Supreme Court ruling in June that sided with the Biden administration in a separate lawsuit, Missouri, brought by the attorney generals of Missouri and Louisiana, that challenged federal agencies' capacity to communicate with social media companies? The court rejected a challenge made on free speech grounds to how officials encouraged the removal of posts deemed misinformation, including about elections and C-19. So now, if this is not shadow censorship, I don't know what is. Shout out to New York State of Mind. What's good with it, bro? If you guys feel that that's shadow censorship, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not feel that that's shadow censorship, then give me a thumbs down. How many people knew that this was going on in the background? Shout out to Tedra. Tedra says, yes, they cut to commercial as he was talking about what the Democratic Party has been doing to him. And this is a lot of it. Shout out to Black Spider. Black Spider says the Kennedy family has come out against him. They do not support anything that he does. And that's interesting, because that's interesting. I'm gonna just put it like that. That's interesting. I'm gonna look into that. I wonder what are they saying their grounds of not supporting him are. I'm curious as to what they're saying. But I'm not surprised though, because you guys know the Kennedy family, they're real old school, liberal elites, right? So I'm not surprised by that, but it just proves that blood in politics, man, blood is not thicker than water. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, the court ruled that the plaintiffs who claimed that the government violated their First Amendment rights lacked the standing to file the lawsuit. But in a ruling on Tuesday, the U.S. District Judge Terry Doherty wrote that Kennedy does have standing. Now, what's the difference between Kennedy's standing and the other people's standing? There is evidence to show that Kennedy has been directly censored in the past, he wrote on Tuesday, adding that there is a substantial risk that in the near future, he will suffer an injury that is traceable to a government defendant and redressable by the injunction that they seek. Now, let me ask you guys this question. What does that mean? What does that mean? This kind of reveals that the government is kind of up to some very shady and interesting things behind the scenes, doesn't it? Under the High Court's Murphy v. Missouri order, a court must make specific findings that a particular defendant pressured a particular platform to censor a particular topic before the platform suppressed a particular plaintiff's speech on that topic, Doherty also wrote. So now what does that mean? There's like a chronology there. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Good to see y'all. Yeah, shout out to Cameron. He can prove the connection. Facts. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. What this also shows is if you ask me, one of the most important things that this shows clear-cut proof. We can no longer call it a conspiracy theory. Clear-cut proof of government overreach into censoring topics based on what they want discussed or not. This is literally the government trying to control the narrative. Literally. shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Yeah, there's that too. That the government and Kennedys don't mix well together. Facts. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says he argued that Kennedy. Now listen to this. The judge said this. He argued that Kennedy and his children's health defense organization were specifically targeted by government agencies over alleged misinformation about C-19 and vaccines. So now let me ask you guys this. If this court has found that the government has done this with RFK, what about other social media platforms with other content creators and topics discussing C-19, different things like that? Shout out to the specialist. What's good with it, bro? What do you guys think? The court finds that there is further risk for future injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, Doherty wrote. So now what this is saying is that the reason why they find this relevant and why he's getting this to be allowed to be shown in court is because he was a presidential candidate. If he was just a regular person like me or you, nobody would care. Nobody would care. So now here's my question for you guys. If RFK has to deal with this type of censorship, how do we work around it? Because what this says is that this is a real and true phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 28 people watching and we got 15 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash on that like button and get us to 40, that'd be wonderful. Shout out to Shamika. What's good with it, Shamika? Yeah, shout out to NY State of Mind. NY State of Mind says, remember, anything that concerns the truth, they was calling people conspiracy theorists and bots and deplorable. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Cameron. Cameron says the government has agents inside all the social media companies, and the Twitter files showed that they had a direct link to the White House to take down and flag posts by content creators. Facts. Facts. Crazy. For example, if hypothetically the FBI, now check this out. For example, if hypothetically the FBI saw a piece of information related to the 2024 presidential election posted by the Kennedy campaign on social media that it deemed to be misinformation, right? So the FBI, looking at social media, sees something on there and says this is information. Then it reached out to the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, who worked closely with social media firms, who then removed the post. Kennedy would be censored by the action of one government defendant in response to another. This is damn near like collusion. Would you guys agree? Yeah, shout out to Black Spider. That's facts. Black Spider says thousands of people, if not more, lost their media pages for discussing that juice. Yeah. Luckily, I only had one video taken down on the BLR C19 channel, but that's the reason why I made a separate channel so that they wouldn't try to mess with my main channels, which they still mess with my main channels, but yeah. Shout out to AJ. If you guys agree with AJ, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I actually have, I've got a video that I'm going to make. It's going to be a different type of format of video. Hopefully you guys like it. We'll see. And if you guys like it, if it does good, you know what I'm saying, then I'll make other videos like that. But this is kind of along the lines of that video, that the other video that I want to make. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says his ruling came before Kennedy's campaign announced that he would be making an announcement on Friday related to his campaign. Okay, so now the ruling came before this campaign announcement that he made, where he said that he would be suspending his campaign. Now, here's my question: how many people had heard about this? They haven't said anything about this in the news. And if you ask me, this is more newsworthy than him, suspending his campaign. Yeah, I agree. If you guys agree with Cameron, throw some flames in the chat. Cameron says the whole DNC was about them saying Donald Trump was going to do everything that they're already doing. Yeah. Yeah. The entire DNC, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. His running mate said the candidate will either form his own party or back former President Donald Trump. The justices, in a 6-3 ruling, specifically overturned a lower court's 2023 decision that various federal officials likely violated the First Amendment, which protects against government abridgment of free speech, in a case brought by the states of Missouri and Louisiana, as well as 5 individuals. Okay. Prior to the Supreme Court's action, the New Orleans-based U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals had issued an injunction constraining such contacts by the administration. But, as always, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who authored the Supreme Court's ruling, wrote that the 2 Republican-led states and the other plaintiffs lacked the required legal standing to sue the administration in federal court. Earlier this year, Doherty granted Kennedy an injunction that blocked several agencies from encouraging platforms to remove his content. So again, you guys see this. They've been coming at Kennedy for a while. Shout out to Carlton. What's good with it, bro? You guys see they've been coming at Kennedy for a while. So now I think that is interesting. A lot of this, it didn't really get talked about very much. The mainstream media for sure did a number to try to keep this out of the spotlight. Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. DC Precise says that lady Shanahan, his VP pick, I'm sure has helped with bankrolling and financially assisting with all of this litigation. She probably has beef with some of the Dems law folks too. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Robert F. Kennedy was probably using his charm with that voice that he has to just do the piper, where the money just comes out of her pocket when he plays the pipe, and she was just giving it all to him so he could get this together. And shout out to Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno says CNN showed the quiet part in full view. Yeah. Shout out to Cameron Jones. Cameron Jones says, if Trump does Project 2025, what will be different for Black people? Well, I'll tell you this. During the worst times in the country for Black people, Project 2025 wasn't in existence. Is that a true statement or a false statement? During slavery and Jim Crow, there was no Project 2025. Is that a true statement or is that a false statement? Dude, you gotta make it basic like that. Gotta make it basic like that. You know what I'm saying? His lawsuit had contended that the social media companies, now check this out, the social media companies and federal officials colluded to censor his statements on vaccines. So now let me ask you guys a question. Under a Kamala Harris presidency versus under a Trump presidency, Do you see more or less situations like this occurring? Oh, shout out to Cameron. We're gonna hit Project 2025 in a series. I just haven't had a chance yet because, you know what I'm saying, there's been a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Your boy trying to improve the platform. So, you know what I'm saying? I got all of that on top of, you know what I'm saying, trying to stay on top of the content. But hopefully it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's coming. If not, then I'll just put the links that I got into the Discord. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says DOJ files motion in case. Last month, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a motion on behalf of multiple federal agencies named in the lawsuit that sought to remove the injunction related to Kennedy's lawsuit, saying that the Supreme Court's June decision warranted that it be lifted. At minimum, now check this out. At minimum, the injunction here is substantially overbroad in light of the Supreme Court's Missouri decision. It covers defendants who had nothing to do with the C-19 related posts that are the subject of the Kennedy plaintiff's complaint, and it applies universally to all posts by anyone on any platform on any subject, reads the court filing submitted by DOJ attorneys. Should the court find that some of the Kennedy plaintiffs might still have standing, notwithstanding Missouri, dissolution of the injunction is prudent so that this court can reevaluate the situation with the benefit of additional briefing, they wrote. If the court enters such a ruling, the government would ask the Fifth Circuit to remand to allow this court to dissolve the injunction. Okay. I wonder, my question for you guys is, how did the Democrats justify that? Any of that? How can any of that be justified is my question. What do you guys think? Is there any justification for that? I don't know if there is one. I don't know if we can say that there's a justification for that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take a look at this article here because this article kind of goes into some of the damage that this entire thing has caused. Okay. And this is like an article from this is some news compilation thing. And this article here is from the Daily Wire. Okay. So now here it says a judge finds that RFK can bring censorship lawsuit against Biden administration after Supreme Court rejects state's challenge. Okay. A federal judge ruled Tuesday that Robert F. Kennedy can continue to pursue his censorship lawsuit against the Biden administration. The Supreme Court ruled in June that state and individual plaintiffs who alleged the Biden administration violated their First Amendment rights when it pressured social media companies to suppress speech did not have the standing to sue. District Court Judge Terry Doherty found Kennedy meets the standard set by the Supreme Court because there is ample evidence to show he has been censored in the past at the discretion or at the direction of the government and at substantial risk that the censorship will continue. Now, let me ask you guys this. How many people in addition to RFK do y'all think How many people in addition to RFK do y'all think will qualify for a lawsuit like this? And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Under the Supreme Court's Murphy versus Missouri ruling, Doherty explained that a court must take specific findings that a particular defendant pressured a particular platform to censor a particular topic before the platform suppressed a particular plaintiff's speech on that topic. So this is limited censorship, is what it seems like. Okay. Kennedy was part of the disinformation dozen. Now, I didn't know that Kennedy was part of the disinformation dozen. I heard of the disinformation dozen, but apparently Kennedy was. How many people knew that Kennedy was a part of the disinformation dozen? Yeah, I knew about Rizza Islam. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I knew about Rizza Islam. I didn't know Kennedy was part of it, though. Yeah, I got to agree. If you guys agree with Dante that probably hundreds, probably dozens, if not hundreds of people have been affected by something like this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Black Bitcoin Key. Black Bitcoin Key knew. Yeah, I didn't. This puts a lot of things into light for me, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know a lot of this stuff was going on behind the scenes. Kennedy was part of the disinformation dozen, specifically targeted by the government over alleged C-19 misinformation, Doherty noted. He wrote, there is not much dispute that Kennedy, along with the organization he leads, Children's Health Defense, were specifically targeted by the White House, the Office of the Surgeon General, and CISA. Okay. The court finds that there is further risk for future injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, Doherty wrote. For example, if hypothetically the FBI saw a piece of information related to the 2024 presidential election posted by the Kennedy campaign on social media that it deemed to be misinformation, then it reached out to the CISA, who worked closely with the EIP, who then removed the post. Kennedy would be censored by the action of one government defendant in response to another. Now, let me ask you guys this. I want to ask this question in regards to the Hunter Biden story with the laptop. How many people remember the Hunter Biden story with the laptop? Now, do you all think that this particular court hearing could be looked at and applied to what went on with the censoring of New York Post during the 2020 election and the Hunter Biden laptop story? If you guys think that it can be, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that it can be, then give me a thumbs down. Because this is just interesting, and it seems like this only gets addressed if you actually bring it to them. You know what I'm saying? Doherty granted Kennedy an injunction in February, blocking multiple federal agencies from coercing or significantly encouraging platforms to suppress protected speech when he put on hold pending the Supreme Court's ruling. In response to the government's appeal, the Fifth Circuit in July sent the case back to the district court to rule on the plaintiff's standing. All right. So yeah, man. So he got a little W. You know what I'm saying? RFK got a little W in the situation here. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they probably not gonna say too much about this in the mainstream media. You know what I'm saying, I kind of just got lucky and came across this, and I thought you guys would be interested in it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Content strategy, right? But I think that this is actually very interesting. And I didn't even know, you know, I think we were actually live on Undocumented during the press conference that RFK had when he was talking about suspending his campaign. But I didn't even know that the feed from CNN had ended. I didn't know the feed had ended when he was starting to go in talking about this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. So my question for you guys is, this is what's going on under the Biden administration. We've asked the question before, is the Biden administration going to be, or will the Harris administration be Biden administration 2.0? If the Harris administration is Biden administration 2.0, can we expect to see more nonsense like this? All of the negative things that we see from the Biden administration, the migrant crisis, this ridiculous censorship, how will this all be under a Harris administration? That's my question. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section at the end of the video. All right. Smash the like button if you guys haven't. I appreciate everybody being here. We're gonna start up the next stream in probably about 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you all stay comfy, enjoy the outro music. It'll take you right into the next stream. We'll get started over there as soon as possible. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in this life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee. That's on TV. That's on mamas. Nigga, don't believe me? Come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for a feature. That's like every other week. Talk behind my back. I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Hold up.